We're here with Brown University quarterbacks coach Seitu Smith. Seitu, how you doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having me, Scott.
Thank you for joining us. It's great to have you with us here at Brown as opposed to going up against you, man. I mean, it was tough going against your Harvard teams, but you've had plenty of Ivy League experience as a player at Harvard and as a coach up at Dartmouth, so you know what this league is all about.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm grateful for Coach Perry and giving me an opportunity to stay in the league, and I think it's home for me now.
You won Ivy League championships as a player at Harvard, and I'm curious, what were some of the key ingredients to those championship seasons and teams? And, you know, what are some of the things that hopefully you can bring here to Brown football to help build that same type of culture and foundation for this program?
Well, I think you hit it on the nose. It's the culture, and we as a team, we bonded a lot, and we always wanted to win. And no matter what the outcome was and what the score was at any given point on the game, in our hearts, we felt we can win the game.
What's it mean to you to be a football coach here at Brown University?
It means that I know how tough Brown was when we played, and I know how tough we're going to be in the future and how fast we're going to run this offense and we're going to score.
You know, it's funny. Even though you guys had our number in your 4 years, you won all 4 of those games. You said they were all tough games for you guys.
They were, and everything I've heard about the first time I stepped on campus about the first Ivy League game, the 2010 Harvard-Brown game, was probably scarring for us, that we knew that we had to play every minute of the game going forward.
All right, you're coaching quarterbacks here at Brown University for arguably the best quarterback in Brown football history, if not the best in Ivy League football history, James Perry. No pressure side too, right?
There's not.
What's it like coaching under Coach Perry?
Coach Perry just brings a lot of energy, and I don't think you can have someone better to work under because they're just always pushing the envelope. And to your point, he is the best quarterback in Ivy League history, so he knows exactly what it takes to win in this league, and he proved that when he coached at Princeton and when he coached here at Brown previously as well.
And I have to believe that when you guys are out selling Brown football and this offense and this university to a prospective recruit, and namely a quarterback, there's got to be a lot of excitement, right? There's a lot to sell here. If I'm a quarterback, I would want to play in this offense.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks, I think they're getting that. And the biggest help, I think, is our like exposure to the 2 quarterback system already, and eventually 3 quarterbacks, and all the defensive coordinators have to start thinking about that.
You know, James had a lot of success running that type of stuff at Princeton, and of course started to take it to Bryant, and now here at Brown. And he said something to me that I thought was interesting. You know, I think outsiders would look at that as maybe a gimmick type offense, but his philosophy is, I want to get my best 11 guys on the field. I don't care what position they are, right?
Exactly, and our quarterbacks are athletes. They're no different just because they're wearing a green jersey and because they're quote unquote the staple position. They're still football players at the end of the day. And who better to have out than the quarterback that knows all 11 positions?
All right, so new coaching staff, new system. How did it go in spring football? Did your guys, the quarterbacks, did they learn this new system quickly? How did they adapt to it?
Well, there was definitely progression, and it took some time. But I think now we're in a better spot than we were when we first started, and I think we're in a good spot going into fall camp.
Did any guys stand out at your position during spring ball?
I think it's no surprise that McGovern and Mitchell Jonke were the 2 that really stood out as the guys. There hasn't been a definitive, like, who's the guy yet. I mean, McGovern has his lead just because of the way he displayed his ability in spring, running the ball, throwing the ball, decision making. So he has a little edge there, but it'll be a nice competition in the fall camp.
When you're recruiting a student athlete to play quarterback here at Brown, what are you and Coach Perry looking for? What are the attributes you're looking for in a quarterback?
We want someone that is a winner. Really just that can take charge of the offense, that has a presence in the room, because that's very important. And then someone that can manage the game, really just put us in the best position and make sure we minimize mistakes and capitalize on opportunities.
What are you going to tell your quarterbacks in the coming days about the next few months, right? A few months of summer break here before they get back in August for camp. What's the important message you give to them?
We just want to make sure they stay in the playbook, and then in the meantime get stronger, faster, continue. A lot of them are doing work like internships. McGovern will be in New York. Mitchell will be back in Texas. Clifford will be in Chicago. Cody Young will actually be here working. So stay in the playbook. Make sure you're lifting. Make sure you're running. And then check in every now and then. Make sure you're alive.
All right, so Larry Lucchino, when he was with the Red Sox, used to call the Yankees the evil empire. So James Frazier may have been lured by the evil empire up to Harvard.
Oh, yeah.
But we got you down here at Brown.
Nice change.
Seitu, great to have you.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, Seitu Smith, Brown Bears quarterbacks coach.